Her kitchen is where the magic is made.
Hi there, welcome to my channel or welcome back. I'm Holly, your friendly neighborhood carnivore, and I am so happy you could join me today in my kitchen. I hope you guys had a fantastic Christmas. Now that we are through the push of Christmas, we have got one more holiday coming up that, at least for me and my family, it's pretty well known as a finger food kind of event, and that is New Year's. We like to have lots of little finger foods, things that we can munch on to make it through midnight. So I figured it would be good to show you guys a finger food option today, and that is going to be pigs in a blanket, or rather cows in a blanket, since I was able to find some beef sausages here. Now I will say these are the Brian brand. I don't know if you can see that with that glare. These are not the cleanest sausages. I think when I was looking at them, these beef ones did have fewer carbs than the pork sausages. However, there is still 1 gram of sugar, which is translating to 2 carbs per 5 links. And you see they're little guys. If you can find a clean one, excellent. If not, do the best you can. But this is just a holiday thing. This is not an everyday food. So I'm gonna let it slide. It's not the end of the world. There are some pretty crummy ingredients in here, like corn syrup and dextrose, and things like that. So again, not the cleanest, not the best, but again, not an everyday food. This is going to be just a nice little holiday treat, and then we're gonna forget about it, and then maybe we'll have them again next year. It's not a big deal to me, so we'll just see how it goes. But if you can find some clean ones, go for it, because you will love these and you will wanna make them again and again. And then if you've got some clean ones, you can eat them whenever you want. I'll show you guys how to make these. We are gonna have to toss them in the refrigerator for about 20 to 30 minutes before we bake them, because if not, our breading that we're putting on these is basically going to just melt off of them in the oven. So make sure you allow yourself enough time to let these chill before baking, and they are going to be amazing.
The first step is completely optional, but if you would like to have a little bit of sweet with your savory sausages, you're going to measure out a half a tablespoon of erythritol, 1/8 of a teaspoon of maple extract, and a half a tablespoon of hot water. Then you're just going to stir it and set it aside while you continue working. Next up, in a separate bowl, we're going to crack 2 eggs, add a pinch of salt, and then give it a good forking. Then we're going to add our beef gelatin. You're going to mix it up really well. Make sure you are scraping the gelatin off the side of the bowl. It will really stick to it. Scrape that off, mix it up really well. And then finally, once you've got that gelatin mixed into the eggs really well, you're going to add 1 tablespoon of room temperature ghee or room temperature butter and give it one more good mixing. I'm temporarily moving back over to this erythritol mixture. It didn't want to dissolve, so I stuck it in the microwave for 15 seconds, and then I stirred it up again and it dissolved just fine. I forget that erythritol acts like this. Setting both bowls aside, it is time to pull out some plastic wrap. Divide your dough into 2 portions and put half of the dough on top of a piece of plastic wrap, and then cover with 1 more piece of wrap. Now comes the fun part. You get to roll it out. You're going to want it to be about 1/8 of an inch thick. I am using some chopsticks here as kind of a guide to help me smash this in between so that I can make a long, skinny piece of dough. I'm trying to keep it as rectangular as possible, but just have fun and play with it. You'll get it to the shape that you need as long as you keep working on it. It's not too finicky. You're not really going to overwork it. So whatever you need to do, just go for it. Once you've got your dough all flattened out, you're going to take your spatula, or you could use a pizza cutter or a knife, it's up to you, and you are going to zigzag cut this back and forth so that you have got long, skinny triangles. Next up, you are going to grab that bowl of erythritol that you mixed up already, if you're choosing to add the sweet, and you're going to brush that over the dough. It does not take much. You're going to have a whole bowl of this liquid erythritol left over. It's not a big deal. And then it's time to wrap our little sausages. You're going to start by placing it on the wide end of the triangle and roll it upward. And then when you place this on your cookie sheet, you're going to put the seam side down, so the skinny side of the triangle that landed last, you're going to want to put that underneath the sausage when you place it on the baking sheet. Once you've got those on the cookie sheet, you're going to repeat the process with the remaining dough and some more sausages. And then it will be time to toss it in the fridge. Once these have chilled, you're going to place them in a 350-degree oven for about 17 minutes. I like to rotate the pan halfway through cooking time so that they cook evenly.
Okay, I've got my batch of cows in a blanket out of the oven, but I didn't let them chill long enough. So it's the perfect time for me to show you what happens if you don't chill it long enough. They kind of become cows on a pillow. I guess we could just rename it. I'm going to make another batch so I can try to keep an eye on exactly how long they need to be chilled before baking. But I'm going to go ahead and taste one of these in the meantime because, I mean, it still should be absolutely delicious. It smells really good. So here's my little messed up cow in a blanket. Mmm. That thing is delicious. Oh man, I love these things. Okay, so when you make them, adding the sweet in there, the little bit of erythritol and maple extract, totally optional. I only add that because when you make pigs in a blanket and you use like the Pillsbury Doughboy crescent rolls, those rolls have a little bit of a sweet flavor to it. So that's why I added the sweet. I like the little touch of sweet with that really salty sausage. So that's why I do that. You don't have to add that in if you avoid sweet. It doesn't add a whole lot of different flavor, but I just think it gives it a nice little contrast. I'm gonna make another batch, see how long they take to chill so that they don't spread right off of the sausage, and I will let you guys know. Okay, this last batch just came out. I let it chill for an hour-ish, maybe a little bit longer. I can't remember exactly how long. Here's what I have to say. At least chill these for an hour. If you can make these up the night before and stick them in the fridge and let them chill overnight, that's probably going to be the best solution. But if you don't have that time, chill them as long as you can. So these went for about an hour in the fridge, and most of them stayed wrapped. A couple of them kind of popped open, but most of them stayed wrapped. So that's what I have to say about that. Keep them chilled as long as you can, up to, you know, fixing it the night before and popping them in the fridge and then baking them the following day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and this lovely little finger food. Is there anything better than finger foods? I mean, they are just fun. Feel free to come find me over on X or on Instagram. On Instagram, I am at Friendly Neighborhood Carnivore. On X, my main account is at Carnivore Friend, but if it is still hacked when this video airs, you can find me at Carnivore Holly. I am working on getting the account back, but I just don't know what the state of it is going to be at the moment. But feel free to follow me over on X or on Instagram. You'll see what I eat every day. You're welcome to chit chat with me. You're welcome to just quietly sneak around and see what's going on. I'm not gonna judge. I like to do that to people too. So just feel free to take a look around and just have fun. But definitely, if you're up for saying hi, I love to chit chat with you guys. On the topic of chit chatting, please leave me a comment. Let me know if you make this or what kind of finger foods you guys like for the holidays or for taking to parties or potlucks or things like that. Or let me know what kinds of finger foods you used to take when you ate a high carb diet before you were avoiding all of the things. Maybe I can find a way to keto-fy it or carnivore-fy it so that maybe you can enjoy it once again. Please give me a like and subscribe to this video. It really helps out the algorithm, and I am really trying to help all the people who are looking for these kinds of recipes. Not just looking for the carnivores out there, not just looking for the keto people out there. You know what? For years, I was gluten-free and I was desperate for gluten-free recipes and had no idea that the world of keto existed or the world of carnivore existed and that any of those recipes would have been gluten-free. So honestly, if I can just help people find gluten-free recipes, it's gonna lead them to a better place in their life. I am all about that. So please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and please give me a like. Next video that comes out, it will be January. I have not quite decided what January's videos are going to look like yet. January is World Carnivore Month. Usually I do some kind of challenge each January just in the spirit of doing something different for World Carnivore Month. I'm thinking what I might be doing is just really simple videos on easy, quick carnivore meals. If you have any thoughts in the comments, if there's a kind of challenge you would like to see me do, or if there is a kind of challenge you would like to join, if you want to do a group challenge, like maybe you want to try an egg week or a sardine challenge, or maybe you want somebody to fast with you. Any kind of challenging thing like that, or something. If anything like strikes your fancy and you're like, hey, I am interested in knowing about this or want to see this, let me know. I would love to consider that for a video in the future. All right, guys, I cannot wait to see you guys next time. Until then, bye.
She's the friendly neighborhood carnivore with a talent for cooking up a meaty uproar. From juicy steaks to sizzling ribs galore, she'll have you coming back for more. Fellas, smash that like button. She's the carnivore cooking queen. On your screen, bringing the meaty scene. Come on over and join the team for a culinary dream.